So the weather this morning is as I'd expected, but not as I'd hoped. It's still incredibly grey, threatening to rain, and there's a slight bit of wind as well. So it's not ideal. In a way, it's a good thing because it actually forces me to work on my intimate landscape photography, which is something that not only do I not do enough, I struggle with. You know, some people can see an image just that 1,000 other people would walk straight past, and I really want to get that skill. Where I am now this morning is just like 50 feet from where I was yesterday evening, where I shot the tree with the swirling white water at the bottom. It's a very similar kind of thing, only in this case we have a fallen tree which still has lovely golden leaves on it, and we've still got the water swirling at the bottom, which kind of pulls the whole composition together. So I'm just checking my focus. That's perfect. Give the polarizer a spin. I absolutely love to show you guys why I use the polarizer, so let me show you very quickly now. So you can see the bits of reflection at the bottom of the water and how the water looks almost murky brown. Well, if I spin the polarizer, we could turn that water jet black, and for me that just helps solidify the composition. A big problem I'm having is the surface I'm stood on. It's like a boggy kind of, well, I don't know what it is, but it's like standing on a mattress. So the slightest movement from me just causes terrible camera shake. Everything bounces and wobbles. So when I take my image, I have to remain incredibly still to make sure I get a sharp photograph. Okay, here we go. Got to stay so still. The slightest movement from me is going to wobble this camera. We're on the Isle of Skye and it is wet. But that's okay, because pretty much everywhere in Scotland is raining right now. Last time I was on Skye, one of my biggest regrets was not hiking up to the Old Man of Store. So that is exactly why I've come here today. Now the weather's terrible, so I'm not expecting much, but this is more of a recce to see how long it takes me to get up there and see if I can find a composition for tomorrow morning, when there's a chance that we may finally see some light. So we'll see what happens. I've got to say though, it's looking pretty moody right now. Good job I've got the camera. So, my dress rehearsal, my hike up with the camera gear, took me 33 minutes, 27 seconds. That is 2.2 kilometers, and I've climbed just over 1,000 feet, so that's not too bad. That's from the van, so that's all right. So if sunrise is at about 10 to 8 in the morning, that means if I leave at 7 a.m, that should give me plenty of time to get up here for the pre-dawn light, if there is any. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm just gonna have a wander around now, see if I can find a composition for tomorrow morning. I was hoping to take a shot this evening, but it's turned into a bit of a pea soup. So visibility is coming and going, maybe it'll come back, I'm not sure. But if it does, we'll get a shot. Ah, dear me. Dear me, I really was hoping to take a photograph this evening, or even just to find a composition. But as you can see, or as you can't see, zero visibility. But I know there's a composition here, because I've seen it with my eyes briefly. I'm going to stick around because it does keep coming and going. And hopefully we'll get a nice, moody, black and white image. And if I get a really good image, if I get a keeper, then that's a bonus. But really my main reason for being here, and I mustn't forget this, is to scout out a composition for sunrise tomorrow morning. Right, looks like the clouds are clearing. Let's see what we can get here. I think patience is how to win this game. Oh, yes, come on. I've got to make sure it's sharp. I wish I could just see enough to be able to focus. There we go. Okay. Right, my composition was way off there. All right, F9, no filters. Oh, it's good, it's moody. I tell you what, it's moody. It'll be getting dark soon. And I'm still not convinced that this is the composition for tomorrow morning. Because if we get lovely light in the morning, then I might well want a composition that has a foreground interest, because if that foreground interest is catching the light, then that's going to add to it. Yeah. I think I'm waffling now, so I think I'll move on, have a little look around the area and see if I can find that killer composition for tomorrow morning. Yeah. So I was over there, and I've done my best impression of a mountain goat and traversed my way across the hill to try and find a better composition for tomorrow morning. I've got my compass, always have a compass, and I've checked, and sunrise is coming from that direction, and the old man of store, you'll have to trust me on this, is there. So, although it's forecast to be clear skies tomorrow, there's still a lot of cloud in the area and a lot of weather hanging about. So if we're lucky, we may get one of those glorious sunrises, you know, bright red skies. And if we do, it'd be fantastic to get that behind the spiky formations of the old man of store. That's what I'm thinking. So that's why I've come here, rather than my position over there earlier was looking in a more sort of southerly direction, whereas now I'm facing much more east. So I think tomorrow morning I'm going to come here, because although I can't tell for sure because it's so misty, it looks like this will also offer a fantastic composition. Maybe we'll see. I'm going to stick around anyway and see if the mist clears and if I can make a final decision. If not, then I'll probably just wing it in the morning. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. Dear me. Remember how earlier I said my biggest regret last time when coming to Skye was not hiking up the old man of store? Well, I've definitely got that out of my system. So I'm back where I was half an hour ago. So my first viewpoint, and then I scurried across the hill like a mountain goat to another viewpoint, which I think I've decided isn't going to work. So I've come back to reassess this viewpoint, and I'm at the top of I don't know, like some sort of pinnacle, a hill or something. It's lovely and flat, so great, very very tripod friendly. I'm just waiting for the mist to clear behind me, so I just want to be sure, you know, because when I come up here tomorrow morning it's going to be dark. I just want to know, I've only got one chance really, I just want to know that I'm going to get it right. Yeah. Now this is it, this is the spot where I'm coming tomorrow. Right, it's wet, it's getting dark, and I need to go and make a cup of tea and relax for the evening.